Now it's never long before everybody's favourite royals are back in the headlines. This week kicked off with the return of Harry and Meghan after crawling from the rubble of their Spotify deal. They've now secured the rights to a new book for Netflix adaptation. Meet Me at the Lake, brilliant, written by Carley Fortune, was a best-selling book containing steamy romance and explicit drug use. It also centres around a couple in their 30s and a character who is working through the trauma of a parent's death following a car crash. Does that sound familiar? But that's not all. With Netflix under fire for The Crown and its portrayal of Diana's death, and Meghan Markle allegedly in a spat with Posh Spice, will all this drama ever end, or is it just created to keep their brand, that toxic brand, in the public domain? Joining me to discuss this is former BBC royal correspondent, lovely to see him, Michael Cole, and the host of the To Die For Daily podcast. She's been texting me going, JK, where are you? I'm back, Kins!
Thank God.
Thank you. What are you saying? Sorry, let's start with you, Kins. The theory behind this book. What's the book called? I can't even remember now.
Meet Me at the Lake.
Why? Just what are they up to, love?
I mean, I want to say it's a bit morbid, but from a marketing perspective, this is great. The author loves Harry and Meghan, tweeted about getting up early and watching their wedding and getting teary-eyed over them. So they've got a cheerleader in this author, and then marketing-wise, look at us right here, right now, talking about the similarities to their own lives. Based in Toronto, where Meghan and Harry dated in secret for months, a death of a parent in a car accident, so marketing-wise, this is going to be really easy for them.
But, I mean, we absolutely, Michael Cole, know that anything that's easy to those two, they'll mess up. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, are they that egotistical that he'll say, I'm a director of a Hollywood movie now? Is she going to play herself?
Jeremy, welcome back.
Thank
the
you.
Sussexes desperately need a second act in the little drama of their wonderful lives. They've bashed the royal family and almost everybody in it. And they've got to come out of another box, because in Hollywood, it means what you do next, not what you did last week. And they've bought, as you say, the rights to this book with all these parallels. Now, let me let you into a secret. Prince Harry has never been accused of being a great reader. So I imagine his wife read this book and she settled upon it as an absolutely wonderful vehicle for her. So now they're going to be great producers, like Daryl Zanuck, Louis B. Mayer, Sam Goldwyn, those great titans of the film industry of the past. That's their new shtick, that's their new act. And as Kinsey has said, there are these parallels. The two main protagonists in it have had traumatic childhoods. There's talk of postnatal depression, which Meghan had, of course, and also drug use. And of course, if you've had the misfortune to read his book, Spare, it's littered with his references to smoking weed and hallucinatory drugs. And the other interesting thing, and you alluded to the great price for this, $3 million, it's been sold to them by the publishers of the people who published Spare. Now, look, this film is not going to be made immediately because there's a strike in Hollywood, but it could be. It could be as great as Love Story, 1970. We all remember that. We're as old as me. Or it could be a turkey. That will be up to Hollywood to decide, and it will decide thumbs up or thumbs down. And their futures will depend upon that, because they're burning through an awful lot of money out there. Of course, they got a lot of money from Netflix, and we mustn't overlook the fact that Spare is the biggest selling autobiography ever written. But if you've got round-the-clock security, 365 days a year, big burly men on 3 shifts of 8 hours, that's going to cost you money. The taxpayer, that's us, used to pick up the bill.
Yeah, Michael, I actually couldn't agree more with everything you've said. And Kins, just taking it a stage further, one of the biggest things over the weekend in the United Kingdom has been Netflix are getting a pasting about how they have portrayed Diana, who I know we all forever will love. Her horrific death scenes apparently have cast a shadow over The Crown and Netflix. And it begs the question that I don't think will ever go away. Whatever book they pay, why are they getting into bed, specifically the Ginger Whinger? Why is he getting into bed with the very company that is profiteering from glorifying his mother's sad and horrific death? I don't understand.
What you're bringing up is a perfect example of the Duke and Duchesses of Sussex's lack of loyalty. You're seeing that right here with the SAG strikes and the writer strikes. Some of these people on the picket lines are like, why would Harry and Meghan announce this right now, disrupting what the point we're trying to make? Meghan, who was a SAG member, you saw it in the fact that CBS was the only American broadcaster that showed pictures of Princess Diana as she died in her car. Who did Harry give the first exclusive interview to after Megxit? CBS. So, you look at Netflix and what they're doing with Princess Diana and the crown. Just the fact that this woman was wrapped around a toilet for the majority, it was not a positive reflection on her. And then to have to revisit her death, it's so excruciating and gruesome. I think that it just proves that Harry and Meghan completely lack loyalty, and their only objective is to chase the dollar.
Can I just read this, actually? We asked a poll, Harry and Meghan spent $3 million to adapt the novel Meet Me at the Lake. Probably can't swim either. But will you watch their next Netflix offering? You'll be delighted to hear, Michael, 3% yes, 97% no. Susan, cancelled Netflix due to their documentary. No way back. Hate both of them. We didn't say that, I did that. Jane, they are completely nauseating, and so is everything they involve themselves with. Bob, for privacy seekers, the two lovies are in the public eye an awful lot. I mean, I will put this to you, Michael, right? I mean, I talked to Kinsey in a minute. The latest thing is about the Beckhams. They seem incapable. I mean, and you were an amazing guy who covered royals for a long time. And I'm not saying that it's easy being in that goldfish bowl. They seem incapable of finding any good advice, making any good decision, keeping any friends, or having any allies. It's like a disaster zone, their lives, isn't it?
It's a terrific point you make, because let me just put it to you like this, and I think everything becomes clear. In her family, she speaks only to a niece. In his family, he speaks only to the daughters of Prince Andrew, Beatrice and Eugenie. But going back to so it's hardly surprising that they've fallen out with the Beckhams, and what appears to be happened there, and it's terrible in life ever to be accused of something you haven't done. David Beckham, who I have a great respect for in many ways, he got a phone call from Prince Harry, and Prince Harry accused him, it seems, of leaking some story to the press. And the Beckhams didn't take this kindly at all, and why should they? So they've fallen out with the Sussexes, but they seem to be very, very adept at falling out with everybody. And reverting to the point you're making about Netflix, Jeremy, there's a very, very clear case of conflict of interest, because this new series of The Crown, if it's showing Prince William and Kate Middleton getting together, it must therefore show the Harry and Meghan romance. And if it does that, one has to say, what influence will they have upon it?
Michael, I have to stop you there very quickly. Don't think me rude. Final words, Kins. The rift between the Sussexes and the Beckhams, this book, is it all rumour? Do you believe it's true? Very quickly for me.
Yeah, I believe that it's true. I don't think that they've been in contact with them in quite some time. But this does feel like old news because we've heard about this a while ago.